Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to take a look at some really important stuff here for NEO. Again, this is a request from one of our community members. Greatly appreciate the request. Speaking of community, congrats to our premium members here, 67% from a trade we took roughly 7 days ago from BSV. That's a short. We also have engine rather, ENJ. That one is 78% from a month ago. SUI, we took pretty healthy profits there on that one in just a couple days. Gala, list goes on. So congrats again to our community members. Thank you again so much for that. Future reference too, if you're currently a community member, recommend sticking around. We do have limited access now as far as new members are concerned. So if you're considering joining, sooner the better. We're going to talk a little bit about here, of course, first of all, this pretty stark reality of this falling wedge breakout. If you see here previously, when this coin breaks out from a falling wedge, it does not stop. Okay, it continues. There's a great chance we're going to see this liquidity be swept here, mainly because when you have a significant breakout like this, liquidity levels are oftentimes hunted. So even though today seems like a juicy short position, which it could still very well be, there's a decent chance we could also see the price action shoot up here and hit this liquidity level roughly at about $9.80 or round number about $10. Okay, so just something to kind of to understand there and to know, put that in the forefront of your mind. We're going to talk a little bit about this Elliott wave here as well, whereas we could very well see the price action pull back if it were to just to the typical Fibonacci retracement levels, right? 0.382, 0.5, or 0.618. So with this most recent level here being hit, that will probably be a likely bouncing point. Okay, so if we kind of draw a line out here, you can kind of see pretty simple likelihood of the price action bouncing out that previous high. Okay, there's no guarantees, of course, but the fact that we did retest that recently here, kind of had a little resistance shelf there, continued higher, leads me to believe we will see a bounce off this level here, or this, worst case this. Okay, again, this coin is definitely looking like it wants to continue. Look at the amount of money flowing into this coin, massive amounts of money flowing in, which is fantastic. We take a quick look at the volume. You can see obviously today's candle is pretty significant once we broke through that resistance shelf. That said, we have a strong support level here at about 750. The price pulls back. So if there is a secondary level here, just say, where we hit 0.5 and we break that level, there's a great chance we'll see the bounce off 0.618 because $7.50 is that bouncing point, effectively, where the price action should continue higher or not come any lower based on the previous amount of volume. Okay, so that's another just thing to kind of understand in your back pocket there. If the price does end up pulling back, we do see an initial rejection here tentatively. Again, I want to emphasize the word tentative. We haven't closed above this level yet. We got about 5 hours left in this candle, so keep in mind this could be the immediate resistance at $8.70. So just note, if we do not close above that here today, we could very well see this level here retested and continued higher. Okay, so I'm looking for an entry in this range here, just above these key level Fibonacci retracements, to effectively take a long to the upside here for this coin, because it does absolutely look like it wants to recover and continue to break upwards as it has already broken free from its falling wedge pattern. So taking a look here at the 4 hour. Quickly to note, we got our simple moving average 20 holding the price action in place. We can pretty much draw a straight line here, letting us know that we are still in very, very good shape. Okay, so shorting this coin right now I don't think is the wisest call. I know it seems like very attractive, but man, those upper liquidity levels are vicious. We could very well see that swept. Keep in mind there's a small amount of fair value here, roughly about $7.96. So to say round number $8, we could see the price action pull back to that level once more. There is somewhat of a magnetic pull to this range here. Okay, so we're going to expect the price to hit 750-ish and bounce, but it may not come down that low. You just got to recognize that. Just because that's a bouncing point, we have a lot of volume, doesn't mean it's going to pull towards that level, but there will be just this natural attraction once this price gets overextended to retract to that range. Taking a quick look at the RSI, we're coming back down below 70 here, or just about to test 70 rather. And keep in mind, a lot of times the price will just bounce right off this level here, because again, it's broken free from that resistance. We can already kind of see that's happened here with a little bounce off 855 at 0.786 Fibonacci level. Okay, so if we take a quick look at the weekly high and low and previous monthly close, the price action is well above that. Okay, so keep in mind, a lot of times the previous week high or close will get tested too. So if Bitcoin decides it wants to continue to closer or trend towards 30,000, like it kind of sort of is already, we could very well see a correction here from NEO to those lower levels. So to me, instead of trying to short my way down, I'm mostly interested in taking a long, once again, at these 3 levels. Okay, so it's kind of just a consideration there for this coin. Taking a look at the hourly, Last one we kind of want to wrap up with here is, of course, the Ichimoku Cloud kind of letting us know that we have a strong amount of continuation, of course. So we got confirmation that the price is going to likely continue higher or stay above this level. We also see the lagging span is free and clear price action for another 12 hours-ish. So in this next 12 hours, the price cannot, just, if the price breaks below this level here in the next 12 hours, absolutely good consideration for a short. But if the price kind of maintains itself here, I would not be surprised we see a retest this upper level, sweep the liquidity at that higher range, and then pull back from there once it's overextended. So to me, I'm looking for a short in the much higher range, closer to the $10 range, because once again, if we took a look on the daily, right, we've got this previous liquidity level that's really important here at about 10 to roughly 1070. Okay, so coins like this have a strong tendency of just kind of working itself into a little bit of a resistance pattern, and then breaking free, spiking up, and then potentially pulling back from there. Okay, so I'm going to set myself an alert right here at this level, and just make sure I pay attention to this coin if it comes up to that level. That's basically where I'm going to consider a short position rather. I do want to consider also a long here, closer to about 815, 816 range. And then obviously keep in mind, when I set these alerts, I get this question a lot. Do I just jump right in blindly? No, I wait for confirmation and double check at that time to see if it's worth getting in. Okay, so please do yourself a favor. A little bit of due diligence will save you a lot of heartache when you get fully liquidated on your position because you use too high leverage or too large a position size. Keep in mind with our premium membership here, of course, these are 5x leverage trades. They're pretty straightforward. You take a quick look here just at a trade setup, gives you the entry points, target points, and of course a stop loss for the trades. This is an SUI trade we took a couple days ago, and we hit our first target there, and I believe we hit a second target shortly after that here recently. There we go, roughly 1 day and 4 hours later. So we took a good 37% on a 5x leverage trade. Again, that's how I like to trade. That's a little bit safer than sorry, but everyone has different strokes. So good luck if you're trading with larger leverage. Please be careful. Do not get wrecked. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me here. If you could help us grow our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, links down below for that as well. Significantly appreciate the feedback there too if you wanted to jump on out and communicate with me there. Happy to hear from you. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you soon.